This is for Marco. Marco knows what I'm talking about. What's up, YouTube? I'm Paul.a.D. We're winding back the clock to try to fill in some of the blanks. We're compiling a master list of YouTube games from Operation Charlie Fox. And these games happen to be missing. We're going to wind it back to day one of the main event. This is going to be DevM versus Paul. This is going to be the winner's bracket, round one. You can see that they are lined up here, straight coming out of the open quali that happened a week prior. And DevM and Paul are going to go at it, and the winner's going to take on Love Nest. So we're going to check these games out and see what happened. Why don't you come on in with me, and let's have a look. All right, we're paused at 5 seconds. That doesn't matter. I don't have any codecasters. What's happening? That's the wrong thing. Here we go. They're off and running, and DevM is playing his fabled
engineers are on the lines and deployed.
USF.
Advanced vehicle crew tactics.
Let's get that fog of war off.
Units to adjust.
His opponent, Paul, will be playing the Ostherr in the red trunks. He's cranking out a Grenadier. DevM's got his RE capping in front of him. We're on Paul.a.D. This will be the first game from Saturday, game one. This was Saturday, September 26th. DevM's cranking out some rifles. We're on Paul.a.D. I didn't get to see a lot of this map in the games that I cast. I don't even know if I cast a single game on it. Maybe one game, but really the people that I followed through the brackets preferred Langraskaya.
Rifle squad ready for action.
This is, of course, the most popular match 1v1 map in the history of Company of Heroes 2. It gets played the most, which means it gets banned the least by the players in 1v1 auto match, just across the board. So it is a very popular map. Builds are kind of identical so far. We got a couple Volks, couple rifles, another Volk queued up. Got armor company selected by DevM. Maybe we can expect to see some flamers later, which would be good for controlling the center of Paul.a.D. flaming guys in and out of this church and this very important house that looks over the strat point. Okay, shots are fired for the first time. It's a little battle. Grens are capping the center VP. Rifles are in the church. Got another little hello over here. The rear echelon don't like the idea of being attacked by these grenadiers, but they're going to try to lead them into some rifles. Paul's going to finish capping the center VP, hop back in the house, and these two guys are just going to have a look at each other for a while. All right, the rifles are finished capping the ammo in the road, and now they're going to join the rear echelon and chase these grenadiers back into the center. Looks like DevM has decided to hop out of the church, and he's going to try to go over and maybe think about doing some cutoff moves. He knows it's going to be tough, though. This flag is going to take forever to lower and raise. Meanwhile, we do have some assault engineers onto the field. They were flirting with the center. DevM's just going to garrison the house, going to knock some windows out, have a look. We can see what he sees with the fog of war. You can see that house gives amazing vision. Look at the distance that he can see. Okay, he's hopping out, though. Where are the enemies? These guys are really coy, playing with the fog of war. He can hop in the church. Still doesn't see any baddies, man. DevM really has no clue where Paul's units are. We can reveal them all. They're garrisoning the house, and they're moving north to hunt down this rifle squad. This rifle squad's taking a lot of damage versus the Pionera and goes down to one man, and now these Grens might be able to wipe him on retreat. And there are other Grens coming in trying to close the angle, and they do. They get the first wipe. That's a ding right there. Paul draws first blood. DevM pops the flamethrowers on his assault engineers. Nice micro by Paul to hop out of the house so he doesn't get burned. DevM's going to hop right in, hurdle the fence, hop in the house. He sees the Grens retreating far away. Won't be taking any fire. We got an early sniper out from Paul. DevM's capping the center. His engineers are guarding the house. Should anybody get in it, they'll be pouring in the burning oil. Paul doing nicely to cap around the north. He's got the big ammo and the big fuel connected. And these guys are just going to jockey for position again. Paul can't see DevM, and DevM can't see Paul. They have no idea where one another are. DevM's going for the early lieutenant. Now finally, some enemies are revealed. Paul has been sneaky, has garrisoned this church. He doesn't like the fight, though. The lieutenant's moving around to the north. Paul's putting some wire down. Looks like he's going to camp that northern portion of the map.
Ready for action.
He's sending a Gren squad and his sniper to perhaps harass south. We do have some mines down by the assault engineers. Keep an eye on these, particularly with the sniper moving that direction. Sniper's out in the open. He's going to pick off one of the assault engineers. DevM's got a rifle squad coming to the center, but they're scouted by the sweeper squad. And here is the quick M20, which DevM is very well known for. Sniper's picking off assault engineers. Rifles are trying to close in on the sniper. Sniper's going to bail. M20's back in the action. Paul doesn't like the fight. He's just going to retreat. DevM reversing. I don't know why or where he's going. I don't know what this move was about. Usually DevM is so aggressive with that first M20 because he can usually get it out long before the opponent has a pack. And I mean, we look in the base of Paul, you can see that he's only building tier 2 now. I mean, getting that sniper and getting 4 Grens is going to make it a long time before we see a pack. So now the M20 is back in the action. He is upgrading his skirts. He's halfway there. He drives right by these grenadiers. Now he's going to shoot at him again. They're going to stay in the house. They're like trying to delay this as long as possible. It does take the M20 quite some time to dig units out of houses. The Grens are killing guys from the lieutenant squad. DevM's trying to move some capping power to cap the top of the map behind his M20. This can also be nicknamed the Greyhound, we've learned from our past casts, and I love to call it the Greyhound. What a great name. Lieutenant's down to 1 man. He's gonna have to bail. He's not even able to wipe the squad in the north, wipe the flag in the north. The M20 is just playing super cautious. This is not the usual like hyper aggression that we see from DevM. I'm not quite sure why he's playing so cautious. He does have his skirts. You know, like what is he afraid of? Like a hidden pack shot? Like a Faust in a pack? This M20 is just curious. I'm not quite sure. You know, perhaps DevM just got out of bed. Maybe he's a little tired. But he's definitely not exploiting his window of opportunity as well as we've seen him do so in other games. These assault engineers are down to 2 guys. And now there's the double Faust in the rear end. Is Paul going to be able to kill this M20 with small arms fire? These guys both have their Faust naturally on cooldown. And there it is. Both Grenadier squads live. The M20 is killed. And also, highly unlike DevM, he doesn't even save the crew. You know, every time I've seen DevM lose a vehicle as USF, he's been super pro at hopping the crew out in time. And, you know, like one of the things he loves to do with that early M20 is use its, you know, it comes with a bazooka crew, which is just fantastic. But DevM's unable to save the crew even. So really kind of sloppy play with the M20 from DevM. Not quite sure what's up, but this is not the DevM that we know, that we're accustomed to seeing, with just perfect decision making, excellent micro, excellent exploitation of the early window of the M20. And so we can see, you know, he lost that early squad, he lost the M20. We do have a demo here. Hiding behind this house should some Grenadiers get in it. They've all got an LMG, and Paul must be feeling pretty good about things. He hasn't lost a single squad. I mean, look at his units. Everything that he's built, he's preserved. In fact, he's feeling so good that instead of popping a pack out, which he would have needed to do surely if he had been continued to be harassed by the M20, instead of getting the pack, he's getting an MG. So he's really predicting that DevM won't make another vehicle. And he's predicting that he's just going to have to fight infantry. So he's going to work against the infantry with the MG, the LMG, and the sniper. And it's a risky play from Paul. But if he predicts correctly, this should pay great dividends fighting DevM's rifles. DevM grabs an ambulance. He's going to try to heal up some of his guys. He's I think, did he have to rebuild this rifle squad? Yeah, look, they're brand new. Not a single bit of vet. Where are they going? They're going to grab a bar. They're going to come back on the field. Paul in complete control of the center. Now, where did these crafty mines go down? Here's one waiting for him. And then we do also have this demo by the house, so we're going to have to keep an eye on those. DevM's going to push out around the top. He's got a lot of units. They're going to chase off these LMG Grens. And, you know, we've seen this from other games by Paul in the tournament. He really doesn't stay in fights that he can't win. He's been excellent at using minesweepers. Here you can see they're coming onto the field. We can just watch the perspective of Paul. And he's been excellent at retreating squads and really playing conservatively. And, you know, like before I watched OCF, I wouldn't have told you that, yeah, Paul is this really safe player and he plays really conservatively. Because you think of Paul and you just think of, you know, really brash chat and some trolling and some, you know, some nasty flaming in chat. You don't think of him as a like smart conservative player that makes great decisions and preserves squads. But he's shown us throughout the tournament that really defines his play. All right, now let's see. Do these guys, do they know, have they lit up that, okay, they've surely lit up this demo, so he can surely see it. DevM's trying to make a play for the sniper. He's in close, he gets to, all right, the demo's off. I guess, I'm not sure if they shot it down or if DevM just decided to pull the trigger on it. It being exposed, it could have gone either way. I'm not sure how that demo was removed, but it is gone now. That house is out of the action. A lot of action happening on the map, man. Look at these guys. There's little fights and skirmishes all over the place. Just great movement on both sides. DevM's trying to bait him into this mine. Where the hell? There it is. There it is. There's the mine. Let's see if this barred up rifle squad can kill this grenadier retreating. Oh, they took one little shot at him. Perhaps they could have taken more shots at him. I don't know if that was a micro thing or if DevM consciously decided to fight the Grens. You know, he needed to win that skirmish to stay on the field and cap, so he is going to play it a little safe. He's going to win the skirmish. He's going to cap a bit, but both Grens are going to escape. Paul's already got medic center in his base, and here comes the safety pack. You know, he delayed the pack until 12 minutes. You know, we're at 11.5 minutes, and of course no Wehrmacht player feels safe without one pack. So the safety pack is being created, and still, you know, Paul's army, look at 53, 55 cap to DevM's 43 cap. So Paul has been winning the skirmishes. He's got a couple wipes, and DevM doesn't have any wipes yet. Lieutenant's going to try to prevent harassment of this flag, but the Pioneers are able to white it. Now they should probably leave. Let's see, he's bringing his sniper up. Finally, the Pioneers leave. DevM's got his own sweepers. Sniper's in position to pick them off. We've seen some filthy snipers from Paul. I guess this was before all that, but later on in the tournament on this same map, we saw Paul with a 75 kill sniper. So we know that he can use the snipers well. Some rifles are trying to flank in. They do chase off the MG, but look at these two LMG Grens supporting the sniper. This is just perfect tactics, perfect formation. Two LMG Grens leading for a sniper. What is DevM going to do about that? That's a tough nut to crack. Also, harassment happening, and he's got two squads of LMG Grens. I mean, look at all the vet. There's vet here, double vet Grens, you know, single vet LMG Grens. Look at this. He's got 5 LMG squads. Holy smokes. I mean, DevM is now building, it looks like it's going to be a Scott. I think this is a Scott on the way. So, I mean, that'll help a bit against the infantry, but the howitzer motor carriage is very difficult to use effectively as long as the enemy keeps moving. And, you know, so, I mean, we saw very little of that Howie motor carriage throughout the tournament. You know, perhaps, I mean, a lot of USF players, I mean, in this patch, the little pack howitzer is really strong. So most USF players that wanted some kind of ranged area of effect, they went for the pack howitzer. But DevM's going for the Scott. I'm not sure that it's going to be able to do anything. I mean, he will have a lot of targets, but whether he'll hit any of them or not is another question. You can see this DevM's infantry is getting whittled down. even where there is a minority of Wehrmacht in, you know, DevM still, it's still tough, and he takes a lot of damage trying to fight all these LMG Grens.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Big push from DevM in the north. LMG Grens are waiting in cover. The assault engineers retreat. LMG Grens retreat. Looks like that was a rifle nade. Now we've got an attack coming in. Close air support selected by Paul, and that's just an excellent doctrine to pick when you're in a commanding position, because as you can see, you know, if these rifles would be capping this point, but the Stuka suppressed them, actually pinned them, so no capping for you. It's really hard to push out against close air support doctrine, because he will just spam strafes against you, and your infantry will never be able to cap a flag. All right, the Scott's going to try to take some shots. Let's see if he's able to do anything. Wow, DevM still pinned from that. I mean, I guess because they're taking fire from the Grens, they just remained pinned that entire time. They never got up from the strafe. And I just don't see how. I mean, this is a nice little unit, but I can't imagine how DevM's going to make it pay for itself. It can, I guess, counter the pack from range. You can see there's some traps in here, teller mines in the center, all over the place. We got 2 sets of teller mines from Paul. So if DevM makes any kind of mistake not leading with sweepers, does he even have sweepers? Yes, he does. Okay, the sweepers are coming out of the base now, and you know DevM's triple capped. He will be once this flag is raised. Very conservative usage of the sniper from Paul. His pack is just chilling. He knows he wants to. He's protecting the south with it. That's interesting. That's if he predicts a vehicle to come south. Here, the Scott's trying to throw some fire in. Got an infantry skirmish here, and look at these LMG Grens. They're just hanging out. We got a Manor MG nest going up. Paul wants to eventually cap that ammo and then hold it. Okay, the MG pops. Oh boy, DevM getting super brave with this squad. He needs. Oh, and they fall. They fall. That is a huge loss. That was a double vet assault engineer with flamers upgraded. So another squad lost by DevM, and really pointlessly. What did he hope to achieve? You know, there was no way he was going to take that bunker out. Just, you know, it's just sad to see a nice squad like that die where there wasn't a true objective. You know, like sometimes you leave a squad in a fight when there's a risk and a reward, but in that fight there was no reward, and that squad died fruitlessly. The sniper's having some fun. Let's see if the Scott can try to get lucky. Ooh, he does take a pot shot at the sniper. He's going to take another one. Oh, but nice micro by Paul to move away. He should be safe now. He's just going to retreat. He says, screw this. If you want to play that way, I'm just going to go get some health, and I'll see you next time. The pack set up behind the... wow, I think it looked like it fired into the back of the bunker. So its first shot was complete fail. It hit the ground somewhere. And the Scott's like, okay, later. Now the Scott is a good counter to a bunker and a pack. He just needs to find an angle to attack them. Oh, that was fortunate. The Scott shot cleared one of the teller mines that was in the center. So that was fortunate for DevM. He's got his major in the church. They're providing line of sight for the Scott. But, you know, 3 kills. All right, so let's keep an eye on this guy. DevM trying to hang out in the north, trying to protect the VPs. His lieutenant's up there in the shack. Look at, this is a door. There's actually no window south-facing. But still, conservative play from Paul. He's just going to back off. Let's see. What is the Scott shooting at? He was shooting at Grens. Maybe he picked off one of them. Oh, he got the other mine. Ah, that's how the Grens died. That was fortunate. And Paul notifies me as an observer to mention that both tellers are gone. And he tells DevM, too. I don't know why you would ever tell your opponent that you just took out his 2 teller mines. Because basically you're telling your opponent that, hey, it's a free ride in the center. You got all my tellers. Here, come attack me with tanks. Well, DevM will oblige. Here come the Shermans. I think he remembers that the pack was in the south, so... Whoa, this Sherman's getting some licks in. And Paul just very conservative play. Oh, man, the Sherman's just teeing off on retreating squads. Oh boy. Scott's trying to make, ooh, geez. You know, he killed a lot of guys, but he didn't wipe anything. That's 5 kills for the Sherman. A little push in the center. Scott's going to lob some rounds in against this MG, but it's happily garrisoning this house. Now the Sherman's going to work on it. The house is getting super low. Great micro again by Paul to leave. Let's see when these assault engineers get up and start capping finally. DevM ain't out of this yet. He did a lot of damage with the Sherman, but you can see Paul, has he lost a squad yet? I don't think so. Just incredible unit preservation from Paul. He'll give you a little bit of territory, but he's not going to let you wipe a squad. Sherman tasked to go deal with this bunker. That's probably a pretty smart move. It's a static target. He knows most of the infantry is retreated into the base. He knows that the pack repositioned to the center. So this is fine time for him to just come and take out this bunker. Down it goes. Paul is going to move out in the north. His sniper is up there. One pack is there. A second pack will soon back it up. And this is just a very scary defensive position for the Wehrmacht. Should DevM try to attack it with his Sherman and his Scott, it could be a big nightmare. These packs, they love to shoot down the road. We've seen a lot of Wehrmacht players set up. You know, this is kind of a great staging area for pack fire. Look at these. Look how much space they can cover. Now that this map, now all these hedgerows have been cleaned up. You know, this map changed drastically when the Brits were launched. The mappers at Relic. Okay, DevM's pushing hard. They cleared a bunch of hedgerows out of here, so these packs have really open lines of sight. Okay, DevM's going to lead with his infantry. He's got eyes on the pack. He knows they're moving. He's going to push. DevM's aggression, it's really popping off. Oh, the Major's down to one guy. That's nice movement with the tanks to avoid the pack fire, and Paul just says, okay, you got me. I was out of position, and instead of giving you my team weapons, I'm just going to full retreat. So just, it's important to note here that Paul is always prioritizing unit preservation over map control. If he feels that an engagement is not going his way, if he feels that DevM is flooding in, he will just full retreat everything, and he'll push back out again. So this is just very informative to watch this Wehrmacht play. But look at DevM. I mean, he's got map now. You know, the Sherman's got 8 kills, but still, it's just a huge army, and this army has great kill potential. If DevM makes a mistake and loses one of those tanks, the map could flip-flop back to red very quickly. And look at DevM's aggression. He's pushing in with these sweepers, going for a cutoff point. He's moving his tanks around. Really wonderful movement from DevM. Let's see if he has eyes on these packs. Let's just see what DevM sees. He does have eyes on the packs. Look at, he's got guys, squads going in everywhere. A P4 is there. This is going to really help against these scouts that try to come in and figure out where everything is. The P4 will be able to just shred them if they come in without any kind of heavier support. And you can see that one of the assault engineers is already dead, and they dropped their flamer. That's kind of a big drop. This P4 is going to make a huge difference. Now we got an LMG Gren squad with a flamer. They're going to be able to come in here and dig units out of houses very easily. Look at the P4, man. The P4 says, I ain't afraid of nothing. Oh my God, that first shot against the Sherman just does monstrous damage. Good grief. I mean, did the pack get around in as well? This P4 is on the hunt. Ka-ching! Sherman down. A blast of flames out of the canopy. P4 has done his job. And suddenly, look at these guys with their captured flamethrower digging those rifles out of the church as I expected them to do. We got a Jackson on the field. No, it's a Wolverine. It's an M10 Wolverine. But there's so much stuff there, and the packs are in such perfect position that, oh my goodness, this P4 is just on fire, just killing American armor left, right, and center. He does take a few wallops. He's down to about 40% health, but he should be able to retreat into safety. I mean, that's the thing. When you've got a big army, look how you can repopulate a position, you know? I mean, Paul came in here and just brought all of his stuff in perfect formation. DevM's definitely trying to do a counterattack, but once again, Paul's just safe. We get a nade in from an anti-tank nade in from that rifle squad. He's going to get a damaged engine, but the P4 was already on its way out. He's already on a red cover road, so he will be able to retreat.
Ready for deployment.
Good grief. DevM's still fighting, though, man. This is day one of the winner's bracket. You don't want to get sent downstairs, man. Double elimination, but boy, you do not want to get sent downstairs. DevM fighting. He's got the cutoff move happening. Here's a strafe coming in. This is CAS in effect, and it's going to stop those rifles from raising the center VP now that all the LMG Grens are back. But I mean, look at this army of Paul. Has he lost anything yet? Has he lost a single unit? I don't think so. That is 100% squad preservation. That's just incredible. That's really incredible. You know, after those frenetic fights in the center and moving all of his stuff forward, he's somehow able to preserve every single squad. I can't believe it. And now he's putting the pressure back on, capping with the sniper, capping with the Grens. Ay, ay, ay. Gonna get a team kill for that, maybe? No, I don't think so. But he did lay in a main round that perhaps did some splash damage to those rifles. Look at this. When your army is so large, look what you can do, man. You can come in here and look at Paul capping everywhere. He's capping everywhere. DevM's going to try to prevent as much of this harassment as he can. This flag is raised. DevM's pretty much cut off of the entire map. Paul is just going to bug out. P4 is fully repaired. Sniper's just having fun behind all this. He's quietly picked up 18 kills. Look at these Grens are the filthy ones, man. These are the ones with the flamethrower captured from that assault engineer that got in too deep. Nade in, microed away. Thou shalt not nade me to death. And look at Paul, man, just garrisoning this little shack just to hang in here and provide line of sight for his other units. P4 taking full advantage, killing rifles. Is he going to lose a squad ever? The church is about to fall. DevM better get out quick. Look at even these little pioneers survive. DevM does ungarrison just in time. This church is about to go down. Somehow the Scot has picked up double vet throughout all of this. Man, that P4 is so good looking. Oops, sorry. Got to get my zooms on the right units. Look at this bad boy. I love this skin. Love it. S-Mine's up around here, but the Jackson should be able to just plow over them all if he wants to. And just look at the Wehrmacht repopulating the center, sending both packs south. Oh my goodness. This is almost like a bait, you know? DevM doesn't know this coming yet. He doesn't see these packs yet. He doesn't know where they are. These packs are sneaking up on him, man. This is an ambush. These guys are baiting. And DevM's going to reverse into the corner. Look out. The packs are here now. I don't think anybody sees anybody. Meanwhile, Paul going for the jugular, just keeping these rifles from coming out of their base. Scott's going to move north to try to support this push on the VP. Okay, the Wolverine, I keep calling it a Jackson, I'm sorry. The Wolverine, M10 Wolverine, that's a call-in from Armor Company, of course. He is going to avoid getting ambushed by these packs. One pack is going to leave. Man, Pioneer's just kicking the ass of these sweepers. He knows all about the S-mines. Oh my god, here, M10's going for some crush! Going for some crush! He got 4 of them, but he took a Faust or 2, and now the P4 is going to try to chase and kill. Second M10's on the field. It misses. We got planes coming in. This is an anti-infantry strafe. Uh-oh. The cannon of the P4 was never facing its target. The packs are going to just destroy that one M10, but this M10 is going to kill the P4. But it's Paul's infantry that is just dominating the center. The rifles don't have a chance in there. Not with strafes coming in, not with all this vet and all these LMGs. Man, this was a hell of a game. This was a hell of a game. Tell you what, I'm enjoying this. DevM whiting the center VP, stopping the drain at 198. His Scott's still alive, but for how much longer, we're not sure. Uh-oh, this lieutenant might fall. These just filthy flamer LMG Grens are just wrecking all American infantry. The lieutenant's going to survive the retreat somehow. And these guys are going to backpedal and lick their wounds just a bit. Give me a chance to take a breath. Amazing that this one Wolverine survived. I thought the P4 would have it, but I think the P4 just its targeting priorities got messed up, and he never got to take that kill shot. New P4 out for Paul. And I mean, he surely lost something in there, right? Yeah, he lost the P4. He lost one Gren squad on the P4 so far. Just unbelievable unit preservation. I'm sure you guys know how hard it is to keep all your stuff alive when you're Wehrmacht. P4 and the sniper and some sweepers are moving to the south to engage against these sweeping echelon crew. Let's see, they're just trying to, are they trying to sweep and cap? They're going to try to die and cap is what they're doing. They're going to have to duck around the hedgerow. Pack support's on the way. An MG and 2 Gren squads are going to say, no, you ain't coming into the middle. DevM's putting a move on the north. And it looks like the P4 is going to go join the fun up there. Ammo point will be whited. Oster infantry retreating. P4 is going to say, what's up? Let's see where the packs are. It's important to keep an eye on the packs. One's in the base, and one's in the south, so no pack support yet, but I'm sure it'll be on the way. Here he goes. He's on the way. DevM not so sure he wants to fight this. His armor is moving back a bit. One squad of rifles with a bar is keeping an eye on things. This MG is just going to say, let me just have this. And pressure from all sides. Crazy pressure from Paul. That's 21 on the sniper.
We are losing a sector.
P4 misses the rifles. Plenty of stuff here to take this ammo. Uh-oh, P4 is getting kind of gang rushed, though. The nade from the rifle connects, but doesn't get any kind of crit. I mean, that was a fully healthy P4. M10 trying to deliver some damage, but the pack is there to back up the P4. DevM still looking like he might want a piece of this. His rifles are moving in. He's attempting to use smoke to flank this MG. The Scott at close range. Good grief. DevM trying to put the pressure on. He's caught the packs out. Look at these rifles coming in behind the lines. A strafe against those rifles. They get instantly pinned. These rifles are still on their feet, though, and they're going to see what kind of damage they can do. Paul's got plenty of infantry support. They do clear one pack squad. They might be able to clear the other. Okay, both packs are down, but, you know, DevM's having to repair his M10 somewhere. There it is. And, you know, what's his Scott going to do? Uh-oh, Scott better be real careful. He does take one pot shot at the remand pack, but now he's going to have to back out. He's being pursued by the P4. Man, I love this. The action in this game has been so much fun to witness. I'm glad that I've got the opportunity to check out this game. I was so curious as to what happened in this series. It's a pleasure here to finally have that revealed to me. Okay, P4 gives up chase against Scott. He's going to go fight some rifles. Now, he is damaged, so if they decide to throw... Let's see, that's a lieutenant. They don't have any nades to throw. I'm sorry. But the M10 is going to give chase. The M10 look like he's got the advantage in this fight. We have a little bit of support coming forward from this infantry. DevM needs one more shot. One more shot, but he can't find it. And he just wants to play super cautious. He doesn't want to get critted by these Grens. He's not sure if there's a pack there. There wasn't. There would be in a few seconds, but there wasn't at the time. He's unable to get that kill on the second P4. Now he's going to come have a look again. Now the pack's in position. DevM meant the timing. You know, he needed to stick that P4 while it was on the run. He is going to be able to take a look and get out in time. Naded. Bam. Kills 2 men from the lieutenant squad. They're going to have to bail. They're not going to finish capping that flag. DevM knows it. Meanwhile, in the center, wonderful harassment. They finish capping this flag. And look at the map control for Paul. It's just glorious. I love it, man. 33 minutes, dodging nades, fighting on all fronts. Sniper's getting rushed. Look, he popped his ability there. That's his incendiary explosive round. The Wehrmacht sniper, you know, it has this amazing squad. Oh, but DevM gets the best of it. He played chicken. He stayed into the bitter end, and he was able to kill that Wehrmacht sniper, that pesky bastard. So there's a little break for DevM. But I was going to talk about the DevM sniper kill potential. You know, he can like pop a guy, bring you down to one man, and then he can use his incendiary round without any reload time. So he can just go pop, pop, and he can take a two-man squad and annihilate it really quickly. DevM's trying to build up an armor force. But those M10s, man, you know, it's very difficult for them to counter packs. They can attempt to squish Grens. We saw that before. We saw an M10 squish like 4 Grens. But how are they going to deal with the packs? You know, they can try to kite them forever, but their main gun's just not going to kill the infantry. So it's going to be on these, you know, this lieutenant or this fresh rifle squad. They have to clear the packs to pave the way for the M10s. And here they go. They're making an attempt at it. They're running in. This pack is a bit out of position. P4 is going to try to come back it up. The rifles are pretty in deep, but, you know, let's see. What pinned this guy? I don't see any CAS abilities on cooldown. Ah, it's the MG in the very corner. Loving that MG in the corner. Now Pack and P4 are pushing. Oh man, these guys are trying to scramble their stuff together. This one M10 in the corner falls. The other M10 has got a great line of sight on the rear armor of this P4. The Pack's still positioned incorrectly. He needs to try to turn. But look at this fight. Okay, I thought perhaps that P4 was going to get away, but it doesn't. DevM kills the P4. This MG is still here pinning American infantry. These dudes suffer the same fate as the rifles before them. They get pinned by that MG that's so just cleverly placed in the corner of the map. Another P4, that'll be the third coming onto the field for Paul. And DevM is down to 53 VPs. It's becoming an issue. He builds his own 50 cal. He needs some way to try to cap and wipe the center VP. He's got an opportunity now. Let's see if he moves in. These rifles are going to go for it. Paul doesn't have. He's got 2 LMG Gren squads coming. This P4 knows that a Wolverine is damaged and ready to be destroyed. There you go. Comes onto the field and kills a tank. That's what you love to see. When a brand new unit comes on, he chases down a wounded unit, and now we can see here comes the CAS abilities, and these rifles are going to take the pain. Pinned. Thou shalt not come out. Full retreat, and the LMG Grens are allowed to just plug away at them as they run away. And these 2 LMG Gren squads, let's see how they fare against the 50 trial, trying to cap that center VP and keep that VP pressure on. Look at this. These guys are so strong at triple vet. Rifle nade in. These dudes are just going to run headlong straight through the cone of fire of the 50 cal, and a vanilla 50 cal just can't handle all the heat. It is wiped by the P4, captured by the Grens, and it looks like DevM's days are numbered. The drain is back on. We're draining 1 VP every 3 seconds. DevM brings on, what, his 4th or 5th Wolverine. He gets a rear armor shot. Are these guys going to keep trading tanks? The Grens are rushing in. Here comes the Faust. Wha-boom. And DevM gets the tank kill. They're trading tanks left and right. Rifles clear the MG. They got to hop on this VP, though. DevM's down to 30. Wow, he wants to capture that MG? Really? Can he afford to do that? Can he afford to do that? He so desperately needs to cap here. He's gonna try to go cap with his captured 50 cal. We saw how weak it was against Grens. They just basically walked straight down the lane headlong, walked through its cone of fire and killed it last time. Amazing that this house is still standing after so many attacks against it by the Scott. And yeah, this MG's going to fail, and it's down to 17. I don't think DevM could afford to try to capture that. He just needed to go try to at least wipe that VP with his rifles lickety-split. Nice kill here. These guys need to get their foot in the circle. Get in the circle. 8. Good grief. He is triple capped. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and GG is called. Man, that was a thriller. Game 1 goes to Paul. And these guys are both coming out of the qualifier bracket. So, you know, DevM had a higher seed in that bracket, but Paul takes it to him. Well played, Paul. Hell of a good game. Glad we got to catch that. You guys are talking about what's OP and what's not. Guys, we're going after subs. I'm trying to get 25 subs, which will unlock 2 new emotes for SNF channel. I need 4 more subs. Would any of you be so kind as to sub? We got the winners interview coming up. The OCF champ will be interviewed this Friday at 1900 CEST. That's coming up for you guys. But I got more games. I'm gonna try to do like 3 more games, so stick around. We're gonna chalk one up for it's like muscle reflex. Chalk one up for DevM. Nope. Chuck Testa. Chalk one up for Paul, as Paul takes down game 1 of this winners bracket round 1. Insane Priest is a hype. Existant 420 is subbed. So if we could get, I will replace the BFF actually, but we need to get 2 more subs to have 4 total. So we're trying to get those extra 4 subs. So I'm going to go to a break right quick, grab something to drink, and I'll be right back with game 2 of Paul versus DevM.